How your lawn looks says a lot about you. So put your lawn care maintenance into the hands of someone who really cares. They're reasonable, experienced, reliable, licensed, and insured. They are Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio. Commercial and residential services are available all year long. Call or text them today for a free estimate. Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio. 419-708-0005. Top-Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio. Hey, it is Smooth Tim and Larry E, and welcome to another episode of Tim's Tidbits. Good evening, Larry.
So I did my slow motion thing. So they thought I was froze.
I'm frozen.
Like it froze up.
That might be happening down south. Hey, and before we start anything, just let us say, hey, our hearts and prayers are out to the people in Florida. It looks like that hurricane hitting, they're getting slammed. Talking like 140, 160 mile an hour winds, talking about 16 foot of water coming in on them. So damn, stay safe, folks.
They ever try moving?
I'd be thinking about it real quick, you know.
They happen every year, bro.
Florida gets hit. Florida does seem to get it kicked a lot, you know. They surely do. You are 100 on that.
I'm gonna tell you this. I know people in Texas and Oklahoma got smart. We know we have tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
So people in the trailer parks, when they know it's about to hit, they move their trailer park to a side of town where it's not gonna hit. So you might want to just invest in trailers in Florida. I'm just saying so you can move it and put it back when it's over. That's just me.
Hey, you know, yeah, seriously though, yeah. I mean, looks like it's gonna be devastating. It's gonna be there for a couple days.
Yeah, you know, it's tragic, but like I say, Mother Nature.
She don't play.
Mother Nature. She when she call you, you better answer.
Yeah, she do not play.
If you don't answer, there's gonna be some wrath behind it. So Mother Nature don't play. You know how it goes with these mothers.
I heard you.
A mother is a mother.
Mother's always gonna be a mother. They gonna correct you when you be naughty too, right?
Yeah, as I'm saying, she corrected them. I'm just, you know, my hearts, prayers go out to them. But I'm like, at the end of the day, Tim, I wouldn't invest in property by the coastline. It happens every year.
Well, yeah, well, and that's very, very true when you think about it. And up and down the coast of Florida and the entire East Coast, they seem to, you're going to, if you're invested in beachfront property, you're going to be suffering the consequences.
Insurance rates are extra high. Can you imagine how much insurance they're paying to stay down there?
No, I have no idea. I mean, you know, most of them, I've been down in on some of the, like in Wilmington area, for example, and they build them up on stilts. Yes.
Yeah. Same thing in Houston, Texas.
So yeah, I haven't been down in Houston. They do that too, right? So they put them up on stilts.
Yeah, same thing. Right by the coast is on stilts. But what are you gonna do about the wind?
Not much.
Yeah, I guess they don't have wind insurance. They don't have flood insurance.
Not much. Hey, listen, man. Let's see what we're going to be talking about. It is forever. And we're going to be talking a little bit about the plastics and the pollutants that we're putting in. We've talked about that before. Bye-bye butterfly. And I know, we'll get into that topic too. Being from up here in Northwest Ohio and live down in Texas, we know the migration of the monarch butterfly, yes? Mm-hmm. What haven't you seen for a long time? Let's get into that.
Butterflies.
Let's get into that discussion. And also, not my penis. Looks like 50 Cent got himself somehow into a advertisement for penis enhancements. And then we'll talk a little bit about, are we going to be going into another civil war the way they're talking on TV? Let's find out. And at the very end of the show, one of our favorites, the asshole of the week.
I hope it is who I think it is.
Well,
I hope it is.
Well, we take nominations now. I mean,
Oh yeah, we need to nominate. I hope it is who I think it is because he deserves this one.
But real quick, let's get into what these pollutants are, and then one of the consequences. We talked about this on the show before, about these pollutants that we're putting in from our plastics, the chemicals, everything that we're putting into our clothing, everything else. But it seems that the people in Michigan were able to get some compensation for that. And let's check this out.
Nearly 1,700 property owners in northern Kent County are in line for part of the $54 million PFAS settlement from Wolverine Worldwide and 3M. Some didn't have a clue.
Target 8 investigator Ken Kolker has covered this PFAS story since the start. He spent his day talking to residents who are in line for a payout.
Here in Algoma Township, workers are still extending city water to some of the Wolverine Worldwide PFAS zone. Some residents we talked to said they had no idea they might be in line for some money.
Yes, that's me.
Your address is on this list of the properties within the zone that are part of the $54 million settlement.
Oh, wow.
So you had no idea?
No, none at all.
So you might be in line for some money.
Yeah?
Mike Elder and his young family moved to Algoma Township in October 2017, about the time that PFAS was first detected in the area.
So right when everything was coming out.
Tests back then found nothing in his well, but it hasn't been tested since. He has no idea how much money he might be getting. That will depend on how much PFAS has impacted his family.
Isn't that horrible?
That's like a stimulus check, but hell, once the damage is done.
Yeah, that was my thoughts about it. The same exact thing, Larry. The damage is already done, and it's just like, here, take some of this hush money.
It's the American way, man. That's the American way. Just pay them to shut up. If you give somebody some money, they're happy. Depends on the amount. You saw the stimulus check. They're giving fools $300-$400 or $500, and they're running around there.
Just to shut up. Man, just to shut up because everything's all FUBAR. Well, we'll give them some money. Yeah. Just shut up and be all happy.
Look how much money they've taken, and look how many lives, look how much pollution they've done to that area. And now the area has not only the pollution, it has a bad reputation. So what about future investors or future families who want to move down there?
Well,
want to move down there?
It's totally polluted. Let me see if I still got that. Let me see if I still.
Property value was pretty much little. Yeah.
Let me pop this thing up. Yeah, we still have this. Right. Here's how it gets into the system. You've got the industry popping it in wastewater, right? Pumping it in the lakes, into the streams, goes into the water treatment plant that we're drinking out of. Here you go. We'll treat this polluted water for you, but don't worry about it because what you don't will be leached down into your well. That's what these people are frickin' getting paid for. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't leach down into your well, it'll we'll get you with rainwater. And we talked about that too. I mean, it's a damn freaking shame. Not going to kill you, Larry. One way or the other, we'll get you. Where you at?
Yeah, you wonder why your son is 30 years old. He can't pass the third grade. I'm like, it's the damn pollution, bro.
And look what it's doing to you. Yeah,
it's shortening your lifespan.
And
this is the crazy part. If they're giving away $54 million to thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people, imagine what they made. They probably made quadruple times that. M3, that's tape and stuff.
3M rather.
On the wall. Yeah, I'm like, they probably made triple that, man. So imagine that. $54 million is nothing to a major corporation, industrialized corporation that's making billions of dollars a year.
That was a short list. Because did you see him? He was like, see here on the computer screen, and he's like,
one screen. Yeah, there you are. Like, for real, that's me.
That's me. Well, we'll test your water again to see how contaminated it is. And then you got any medical bills we can take a look at? Did your daughter's arm fall off?
$54 million divided amongst 100 people ain't bad, depending on how many people it is.
But still, the fact is, we already know it's now there forever.
Yeah, forget it. This is done. Now, as a homeowner, property owner, and you knew that, would you want to stay there?
No, but you got me thinking as soon as you started asking that question. How am I going to get rid of that property?
Yeah, so you gotta disclose that information. You should. I think a realtor should disclose information. There's certain things you gotta disclose. I know contamination's got to be one of them. You just can't sell nobody a house on a. Well, I don't know. I'm not a realtor, so there's got to be some kind of laws and.
There's got to be some disclosure agreements, right? Yeah. You're 100% that you just can't. Yeah, sell somebody that's living on top of a pile of pollution.
And you're using well water.
Hey, don't worry about it. Yeah, and using well water.
But you're using well water though. I'm like, that means that you're using water from the earth.
Well, so I mean, and I'm not sure how it is in Texas. Basically around here, right up around the Great Lakes. I mean, you go down about maybe 30 foot, and you're into well water. So, and but again, what is the quality of that water? It's as Lord knows what's been leached into it.
Them companies don't care. They got their money. Let's go and throw them $54 million. And they probably use a lot of their money just to redo the water system. They ain't even said that they're going to get a certain amount. They're saying they're going to get some money. Now I saw the construction crew out there doing some work. So evidently some of the money is going back to the infrastructure. You know what I'm saying?
That's what, I'm hoping they'll give us $54 million to stop talking about them. What do you think, Larry?
I think a lot of money is going back to infrastructure. Yeah, and if it goes back to infrastructure, that means the local government is going to steal it. Because politicians. So he probably get about $200 or $300. You know what I'm saying? Take his family out to eat for their last supper. For the die from pollution.
It's sad. It's sad. It really is. And it's forever. Anyhow, hey, let's move on. And I know, and I mentioned this earlier, and I know living down in Texas and then living up here in the north, I see the migration of the monarch butterfly through the seasons. And I noticed as I was, the longer we stayed down in Texas, I don't think Texas had anything to do with it. We was down there, 8 years, whatever the case was, that it seemed to be less and less and less butterflies, yes? I mean, have you noticed this?
Yeah.
And so I was curious as hell, Larry, and I Googled it and check it out.
Last week, the monarch butterfly was officially designated as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. My colleague Ali Rogan has more on the significance of the move and what accounts for the decline.
The iconic monarch butterfly can be found across almost all of North America, but today it faces threats from habitat destruction to climate change. Part of why these butterflies are vulnerable is that they migrate thousands of miles annually to California and central Mexico for the winter. When the weather warms up in the spring, they reproduce and make the journey north. Along the way, they cluster in colonies to stay warm and lay their eggs exclusively on milkweed plants. Over the last several decades, scientists estimate that the population has dropped between 20 and 90%.
Well, let's get to that. Can you believe that?
Damn, 20 and 90, they're dead. It's dinosaur, man. They got worse stats than the black man in America. Like, golly.
Yeah, it dropped 90%. And I noticed it. I'd commented to the Queen about this before. And if you're watching Queen, hi, Queen, how are you? But any regard, yeah, I was always amazed at how they gathered into the trees, when we first got down into Texas, and I was like, wow, they really populate down here. Because, that's right on the direct path down into Mexico where they're going to stay for the season. And then I noticed it just got less and less and less. And now we know. Not only are we killing ourselves, we're killing nature continuously.
Man, I saw 2 of them this week, and I was like, butterfly. I'm like, I ain't seen those in a while. You know what the myth is that if a butterfly lands on you, you're lucky.
I guess you really are freaking lucky anymore,
yeah,
right?
Now, yeah. a butterfly landed on me. I'm like, oh shit. I start looking around like I found $1.
I'm the stuff.
I found $1. I found $1 bill on the ground. I'm like, damn, I am lucky. I wish it was more money than that, but I take that dollar. I literally found $1 bill 3 days ago. The butterfly landed on me like last week.
Unreal.
Yeah, butterfly landed. I was working. The butterfly landed twice actually. Landed on me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get lucky. It made me happy because as a kid, it's like nostalgia. That's something that we did. They said if a butterfly land on you, lucky, and they land on, we made us happy. We really thought we didn't know what luck was. We didn't know what kind of luck we were gonna get.
What's gonna happen? Santa
Yeah,
gonna
we just
come
wanted-
early and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen, it's better than having a lucky rabbit's foot, and I never understood that because if you got a rabbit's foot, how the hell was a rabbit lucky?
That's right.
He lost his foot. That's bad luck.
My thoughts exactly. Rabbit's foot. That doesn't make no sense to me.
He gives you lucky rabbit's foot. Hey, somebody took it off a rabbit.
Scratch a person with it. I don't know what they're good for.
No, man, but I noticed that 2 landed on me this week, and I was like, oh man, but I didn't think about that because I ain't seen them in a while.
No, it was on my mind, so I Googled it, and I think I did endangered species for 2022, and some of it's like really amazing, the dwindling numbers of some of these animals, different species that you're down to, a few hundred of them in the entire world.
Man, Tim, when you start replacing trees with buildings and railroads and all this artificial stuff that we need to survive with pollution and chemicals, we start replacing it. You start knocking down natural habitats. It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, you take away their habitat, that's exactly what happens.
You still get rid of forests and parks and stuff like that, and vegetation and everything. It's going to happen. We're doing it to everything and everybody. So it's sad, but that's what we need to move forward to evolve. And that's a sad truth about life, and it sucks. But anybody gonna complain about that because I got the shirt on? I kill 100,000 butterflies as long as I get my damn shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I've noticed it up here, even with we used to have a really huge pheasant population. And as the farmers took away their fence lines so that they could produce more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those fence lines, they used to have it, you'd notice they would overgrow, right? And that would hold your different types of bird. Right, that's how that's why you take your dog to flush them out of that. But in any other event, you see that it's gone. So since those fence lines are gone and the habitat's gone for them to hold, birds are gone.
That's our life. That's how we are as humans. We grow, we move on, we conquer, we conquer territories.
Then we complain, right? What happened to them? What happened to all the animals?
What are butterflies? What are lightning bugs at night? You see the lightning bugs that light up with the booties. You don't even see those anymore.
Hey, you're right. You get some people hate conservationists. They're tree huggers and they care about the butterfly. They care about these weird little frogs. But it could be the last 200-300 of these frogs in the entire world. So why not give a damn?
Hugger.
Yeah, why not give a damn?
I'm a tree hugger and a feminist. I believe in women should have more rights and move forward in life, and then we should save our species as much as possible.
We should protect our habitat, and they're here for a reason.
All species, all habitats. Humans come dime a dozen. What are alpha males and females? We're always going to be on top of the food chain. But all these other ones that they can't protect themselves and reproduce like we can, we got to protect them.
Is that your alarm barking?
Yes, my Chihuahua right terrier.
Hey, speaking of alpha males, here's the latest, man. I couldn't believe this when I came across this. Anyhow, not my penis. We'll get into this. Apparently, 50 Cent somehow got wrapped up into an advertisement scheme this woman has for penis enhancements. So let's watch this video and get back into this.
Go to some details of this. According to a lawsuit 50 Cent filed against celebrity esthetician Angela Kogan on Friday, this all got started during a trip he took to Miami, where he happened to be in the proximity of Kogan's med spa. She happened Think about that part. Don't forget, he happened to be in the proximity. She asked him to take a photo with her in her office, and he agreed, assuming that she was a fan who wanted the picture exclusively for her own private enjoyment. Then Kogan and her company, Perfection Plastic Surgery and Medical Spa, posted the photo on her Instagram accounts, which collectively have 425,000 followers, along with a caption thanking 50 Cent for, quote, stopping by the #1 med spa in Miami. That's what she wrote. Here's that photo that she posted there with him. Chalking up a couple deuces, having a good time, he hung out. 50 Cent claims that in doing so, Kogan, by posting that picture there and with that caption, implied that he had actually gotten work done there, when in reality, that never happened. So again, fast forward to 2 years later, the Shade Room, they published an article about the rising popularity of penile enhancement procedures. The only person quoted was Kogan, who the Shade Room noted, quote, has an extensive clientele of celebrities, including Tiana Taylor, 50 Cent, Odell Beckham, and more.
I wanted to hang down to my knees. They moved up my knees.
Hey, you ain't got it, just ain't got it, bro. Hey, okay, Tim, for all the men that are watching, if I don't see anything smart ever on this show in my life again, just remember this what I'm about to say. Size doesn't matter when it comes to down there. Okay, you add your tongue in with that. So if you got 5 down there, your tongue is about 4 to 5 inches. You got 10.
There you go. You're enormous freaking porn star.
It's 10. Use what you got. If you got 5, add that tongue in. 5 plus 5 is 10. Do the math.
Yeah, I was, and I mean, I could not imagine. And I guess, you know, it's been around for a while, I guess, that technology where they put like some type of thing or, you know, bladder or something in your penis and you got like, and you squeeze your nut or something like.
Bro, I'm like, if you get a certain age, if it's, fuck it, I'm like, it don't, listen, it doesn't take a big penis to be a good father.
No.
To make a baby, to be a good man, it doesn't take a big one. Now, if it takes a big one to satisfy a hoe or something like that, but it doesn't take a big one to be a good man, to be a good father, make a baby. It doesn't take a big one.
Yeah, I would wonder what's going on with you psychologically that you would think that I need to go and I need to, you know, have a 8, 9.5, 10-inch penis. What makes you think that, you know, what's going on? You know what? You know, that's what I say. You know, what is going on with you that you think you need?
You know what? It shows you how celebrities take things for granted. A lot of these people got big money. Everybody knows that once you start making X amount of dollars and making a certain amount of money, your penis size doesn't matter and your facial features don't matter. When you rich,
doesn't matter.
You got bread, it don't matter. And I'm like, and she was smart though. She's smart. She implied. She didn't literally say he was a client.
Right.
She just, and if he was a client, it should have been like some kind of confidentiality. I can't say that word.
Confidentiality agreement.
Agreement where if she breached that, then you can sue.
Oh, right.
You can't sue on implication. You gotta. It ain't what you know, is what you can prove.
But you know, yeah. Why was he hanging out around there to begin with? I guess is the question. And then I guess, you know, yeah, you reap what you sow, right?
Man, listen. The only guys that want a big penis are the guys that don't have a big penis. Guys that have big penises, like, oh well, it's big anyway. So who cares? At the end of the day, I'm gonna rephrase it. Guys with small penises only want big penises because they see the power and what a big penis can do, which is nothing.
What can it do?
You can't do nothing. What can you do? What can you do?
Can't write checks. It can't.
No. What can you really do with it? Bang somebody out? I'm like, at the end of the day, it's all it is an experience. I'm like, get your bank account up, man.
I don't know, man.
I can say that because I'm all right though, Tim. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like John Holmes and like Mandigo, but hey. Big L, baby.
No complaints, right?
Nah, if you add my stuff together, you're looking at
at least half an inch, right? So come on, man.
If you had the tongue plus the other joint, I'm like 12, 13, baby.
There you go.
I know how to work both of them. Let's move on before I get into. I ain't trying to get nasty. Let's get
okay. Anyhow, hey, let's move on to the next Civil War, really, and
do the math. Okay, go ahead.
Why could that be? Let's look at what happened. This is just last week. Let's check out what's going on in politics and what could lead up to where we're going to have problems when it comes to our election in 2024.
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much.
Former President Trump has long flirted with QAnon, but this illustrated meme he reshared last week with QAnon slogans and a Q on his lapel is one of his most brazen endorsements of the conspiracy theory.
Even President Donald J. Trump put that on there. A guy wearing a Q pin, storm is upon us, patriots are in control.
Hosts on this QAnon radio show celebrating.
And that is the reason that you are all here, because you know the truth. You all know who Donald Trump really is. You all know who the fight is really about and who the players are that actually want to destroy our country.
On Trump's social media platform, QAnon followers saw the president's post as a clear sign he is with them and with QAnon. One post read, "At this point, anyone denying that Q was a legit operation affiliated with the Trump administration is in major denial." Another read, "At Real Donald Trump has over 4 million followers, yet he seeks out Q people to retruth."
Who the hell are QAnon? Who's QAnon? What is that?
QAnon. Q. Okay. Q is some level of clearance within the government. And anon is like anonymous. Okay. So Q anonymous. So this guy supposedly was at one time who put this conspiracy stuff out there or trying to divulge things about the government. Yeah. Put himself out there on these different media sites as Q with like these different coded information. So he developed this following, right? And so they called it QAnon. All right. Oh, hello.
It's a glitch.